Hey everybody, I'm at Enoree OHV up above Columbia, South Carolina. It's a great little 5-loop semi-mountainous woods run. I say mountainous, hills, a little bit of 3D, unlike what we get down in the low country of near Charleston. So I'm going to ride all 5 trails today if I'm up for it. I actually had COVID really for the last 3 weeks. I just tested negative yesterday for the first time. Yeah, I think I had it 3 full weeks. Tested negative even 10 days. I positive even 10 days in. So didn't do any riding. I tried to work out. I tried to ride my exercise bike and move some weight a little bit, but pretty drawn, pretty tired. Not a lot of energy and not a lot of breath, most importantly. But we'll see how it goes. One thing about these trails is they're so smooth that you don't really have to do a lot of standing up, which means unless you're blasting into and out of corners, you don't have to use that much energy. So that's my plan. I plan on riding this today. Try to get all 5 trails in with the most relaxed, kind of a Ryan Dungey style ride where I'm just mainly sitting, not comparing myself to Ryan Dungey, but the fact that he does a lot of sitting. I grew up, the way we put it was we stand up absolutely as often as necessary and not a bit more. That was in Northern California. So we didn't do a lot of standing. We tended to ride dirt bikes sitting as often as we could. The guys I rode up with, so grew up with riding. So anyway, here we go. Let's roll. Let's go, man. Been sitting for, I think, since the 24th or the 28th of July. It's August. I mean, 24th or 28th of June. I missed all of July. I think we're riding. So, let's just take it nice and easy. Getting used to these new suspension settings. I set them up on my last big ride at Wambaw, and of course this is a little bit harder terrain here, but I'm going to try to stick with it and get myself used to these settings. Basically trying to find settings that are mostly good and just fine tune them, like on a really soft day at Wambaw, you know, stiffen them up a little bit. Here I probably could soften things up a little bit, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to ride with these settings. One thing, just feels fantastic to be on the bike. It's the 4th of August, and it's about 89 degrees, and I don't know, 50% humidity maybe. Not as bad as it has been. As always, when it's hot, I soak completely my hair, my upper body, and then I soak my armor right before getting on the bike. So right now I'm in the cool phase where we get a lot of evaporation, and it just feels fantastic. All right, so let's hit the second trail. My hammerhead shifter would not stay tight, just kept loosening up, drive me crazy. So I put the 2005 stock shifter back on, and so far, feels pretty good. You know, it's not a big shifter, it's a small shifter. The head on it's pretty small. It's not in my way, but I'm also not having any problem finding it. Feels kind of good on there. And we'll see how tight that stays after today's ride. I did bring a 8mm wrench to tighten it up if necessary on the trail, but I don't think it's going to be necessary. We'll see. It's not doing that much today, right? Just gliding along this wonderful toboggan trail. Enoree is like a toboggan trail. It's just, you see this beautiful 3D shaped trail, and it's just like you're on a little roller coaster ride. You can go as fast or as slow as you want. You got to watch out at some of these corners where you'll hit a jump and then there'll be a turn right there. You got to learn where those are, you know, because other places you can hit these jumps nice and fast, but there'll be a little jump right before a corner, and you can blow the corner pretty easily. I'm not going to go fast enough today to even worry about it. Today, like I said, is an easy, fun day. And now, I'll try to stop talking and let y'all just hear the sound of a mildly driven YZ250 by a 60-year-old dude just getting over sober. I'm in fourth. That's the trail I've been looking for. I've missed this trail every time the last 5 times, so I like to remember what it's like. I've only been on it 1 time. Usually I drive right past it and don't even see it. Let's enjoy this trail. So it's the right branch off the second trail, the C trail. I think it's 512C. But a little branch off of that if you look at your trail diagram. It's nice getting down here in the bottoms where it's a lot cooler. And sometimes there's water in these ditches and you can get your stuff nice and wet. You're gonna cool off, take your gear off, soak it in the water, put it back on, and that'll keep you cool for the next 30 minutes. All right, run the bike. Oh, feels good today. Kind of fun. I think Chris and Stephanie fame, and maybe Bob or Mike or somebody have worked on these trails. They had a lot of nice features. It's just great people. Remember, Chris and Stephanie were the hosts of the Wambaw Trail for quite a while, and they're just, you know, salt of the earth, best people. You know, some people are good people. They're just good people. They're stranded out there in the middle of the night. They've come to rescue people. When I came upon a guy chasing a girl through the woods, and I had to hold him with my, well, I let him know that I had a pistol and that I was calling the cops. Chris and Stephanie were on, like, coming off travel to Tennessee or someplace, and they were, you know, we'll get up there as fast as we can. They're just really great people. They help people. And they care about the trails. Right? They're the only hosts I've ever met that cared anything about Wambaw Cycle Trail. Right? The rest are just basically freeloading on the camping as a host. I have not met a host that put in time on the trails or cared one bit about the trails, except for Stephanie and Chris in the last, at least since 2013. There might have been one guy there in 13. He at least patrolled and kind of kept the parking lot riffraff down, but he wasn't a rider. So he didn't have that, you know, the love that we have for these trails and getting on the bike. You all know it. And it takes someone who knows it to appreciate it as much as we do. Fun little trail. I like this side trail. I can remember next time I've got my nephew up here with me for us to take this trail. But this is cool. Well, if I can put an alarm in the Ride with GPS app or my watch, like says you're coming up on a waypoint or something, or just have to remember to see it. It's on the second trail. I think I've forgotten it was on the second trail, and I don't look for it, and I look for it on the third trail, and that's why I missed it. Great little trail, man. It's fun. It's so much fun. Why this bike is able to lug so well, go to my comments under the video and it shows how the bike is set up. And the most important thing is the flywheel weight, probably the head squish, and by far the most important, the timing. I've retarded the timing 2 degrees. Well, actually now it's retarded about 1 degree to give you just a little more hit, but you retard the timing 2 degrees, you get tremendous ability to lug, lots of over rev, so you don't have to shift, you don't have to short shift. Anyway, turns your motocross bike into a decent woods platform, which you then just have to get the suspension adjusted for. I've been able to sit most of the way, which is very low energy good because I don't have a lot of breath right now. My understanding is that COVID can cause inflammation that just affects your cells, can cause muscle soreness and other things like that. So. Oh, this is nice. Enough about that. Right, that sign looked like it said 2 miles. I'm only 2 miles into this. Just shows you how much fun short trail can be when it's nice and, you know, what a variety. Where it comes back in. Oh, this bike is freaking fun to ride. Dirt. Number 3. No, two-way trail. Remember, with the white, it's two-way. So watch for oncoming traffic. I always turn my light on when I'm on the two-way trail. And I take it pretty slow. I just don't feel like I have a need to go fast where I might meet somebody coming the other way. E third trail. A little moisture. tired. A little winded. COVID. It's the real deal, baby. If you know my videos, you may have seen, I think last year, I had it for 9 days, came here and rode, I think on the 9th day. And again, I always try to stay fit, even when I'm sick. Your body, you know, can take at least a mild to medium workout, and I believe it's good for you. That's my opinion. I believe it stays good for you. All right, back on the shoe track. Light back on. Alright, headed for trail 4. 4 and 5 are the long trails. 5 I think is the longest. Maybe 4 is, I don't know. Just ride them. Perfume. The wood's got something blooming that smells so good, I don't know what it is. It smells like perfume. Trail 4. Yeah. 512F, just like the finest 12-string guitar in the world, the Guild 512F. At least my favorite. I've owned 2 of them. I had a beat-up old 74 that definitely had the best sound of any 12-string I ever played. And then I've got an 80 that I had the neck reset on, which is good, but 74 was played out by a guy, you know, who was a touring musician. It had a lot of miles on it, and I believe that can really bring the sound out in the guitar. I don't know if that's true. That's what I believe. It won't make a poor sounding guitar sound good, but I believe it makes a good sounding guitar sound great if it's been jammed a lot, played a lot. It doesn't have anything broken on it. Digging the new suspension. I will try to remember to post my new suspension settings in my comments near the top. Now you will have seen them if you watch my channel. You've seen how good they are in heavy-duty whoop-de-doos. It's in groom sand, both at Wambaw, like the before and after grooming, and now here it's just a little bit stiff. That gives you that leeway to hit things a little hard. I'm going pretty darn slow, so any faster than this, and I'm going to need that stiffness of the suspension to take the hit. And I will normally ride faster than this, of course, so just taking it easy today. The settings won't be universal because I've had my suspension done in front for woods, my factory connection, and I did the one in back using a Race Tech dome valve and their settings that they recommend. Kind of fine-tune that, and plus the this is an 05, but I've got like an 07 shock, 18mm shock on here. 06 front suspension, 07 rear shock, even though this is a 2005 motorcycle. Now, I like to hit these normally at really high speeds, but I'm trying to just conserve energy today. But that new suspension is fantastic in high-speed whoops. It's kind of tuned for that by the guy I got my settings from. He lives in Florida. He does a lot of high-speed sandy whoops and tight, pine trails. I'm trying to keep my mouth shut, but I'm so excited to ride. You may just have to mute the video if you want to watch it without listening to somebody talk. Almost seems like someone's been on the trail. Like, it's almost like there's some dust on the trail, but I can't really tell. How much is it? Making that up. There's nobody's in the parking lot that I saw. I know a few people live near here that they could come and ride. I feel like there's a little bit of rain. Would be great. Not a lot, but a little would be nice. Yeah, I feel it's starting to sprinkle. Well, that's good. Cool things off. Better traction, etc. This part's pretty cool, even in summer, temperature-wise, because you're down here with a lot of moisture. So, there's a way to escape that in summer. Hand is getting numb. I'm holding on way too tight. Big old tree. Thank you, trail maintenance people. This is a fun little park. Some big whoop-de-doos going up this hill. So, don't go too fast if you don't know how to ride whoops. Get up off your seat. We're gonna slingshot you over with a bike. Hit you in the booty. Ask me how I know. I think the first time I rode it, I blasted up that hill and did a flying W near the top, like on the last whoops. Oh, this bike feels good. I may have the air screw very slightly lean, but since I spend so much time right just off and just on throttle, right above that where the needle starts to come in, it's slightly rich. So to me, that's a good balance. Getting plenty of fuel to cool the motor and lubricate the motor. Really, I have, this is really winter jetting. Riding in summer, so I just lean out the air screw, and then with the squish I've got, I think it's 0.045 inches of squish in the head. It can handle a pretty wide variety of jetting and still run well. So that's what I'm relying on instead of changing it. And I may never change it for here, sea level, because I don't want to worry about being a little too lean. I'd rather be a little rich and just live with it. Lean my air screw, let the head take care of burning the extra fuel. That's the first thing that's happened. It felt slightly squirrely with the front end. I'm gonna leave it like it is. It's my responsibility for to land with that front end straight. Listen to that baby lug. Woo! This is what you really want to hear. A little side trail at the end, which is easy to miss, but I'll try to show it to you. I don't think I'll miss it. Let's see. Whew. Itchy nose. This one always freaks me out a little bit when it's really wet and muddy. times stronger. Those branches you can break with 30 pounds impact. Like a half inch, you hit a 1 inch, it'll be 120 pounds. That's a tremendous amount of impact on your head, right? And you got the chance of it going in your eyes, your goggles, and all that stuff. So, it's always best not to hit branches at all, but it's better to slam on brakes and bump into a large limb if you have to, than just to stick your head down and try to blast through it. Which should be obvious, right? But when you're blasting down a trail, sometimes it's just what you do. You're used to seeing a bush and blasting through it, putting your head down and going. Get used to, if you see a large bush, put those brakes on. A real big one, you might have to lay the bike over. Totally worth it compared to banging your head off of something that might injure you, especially injure your eyes, or even more importantly, your brain. Mike, you will not be quiet today. Sorry, guys. Just having a fun ride, filled with energy. It'll be a manic episode almost, right? So fun. On the camera or not, I didn't see if he had horns, but it looked fairly large. It's on the left hand side, right before I said well. I don't know if these goggles have a thread hanging down. Whew. All right, we're not very long in here yet. How long are we in? 55. I've been on the trail about 50 minutes, so less than an hour. And I'm definitely feeling it. If I get tired, I just try to ride a little more slowly and use less energy. That way you're still moving. You get a lot of energy back and still be going, you know, 3/4 speed or even more. If I really concentrating on relaxing. Know where that part of the trail comes from. Not sure I've ever driven it? I don't think I have. Maybe you got to cross the highway or go to a different location on the two-way. I've blown that corner many times. And that one too. Breaking your records, taking it easy, but you can go pretty fast. Taking it easy. I say fast, I mean it's not a fast time. It's the thrill of, you know, going down the trail. That feeling that you get of speed rolling down the trails. There's some guys that are just outrageously fast right here. I'm not one of them. I only put 20 hours a year on my bike, maybe 25. Here's that side trail right here, J, 512J. You can stay on that trail or take this little side trail. This little side trail adds to the trip. Look at the diagram that's online for Enoree, 512J. These bridges are super slick, guys. Just try to keep the bike upright on the bridge. You can give it gas, but if you're a little sideways, that bottom can come right out from under you. Also learned that through experience here. Seems like common sense, but a lot of times common sense is earned through experience. Basically done with my ride. Last into the trail, feel really good and fresh. Took it nice and easy. Don't want to break down the body so much, you know, that it has a hard time finishing off any infections I might have. So healing. Hard enough though to get some oxygen pumping through basically every part of my body, and that has to be good for you. That's what the old people do. And nobody's here. Okay. That was fun. What a nice trip that was. All right, at the end of that ride, I disconnect the hot that goes to my light so it doesn't drain the battery. Oops. About time to wash this helmet. Never did get too hot, actually. All right. So, what do we got going now? We got something magic in the car. My wife says don't hold the camera down like this, hold it up like this, so I'll try to do that. Oh, now you know my code. Burrito. Burrito time. Burrito time. Enjoyed it. See you next time.